From hating running to running a 3-hour, 13-minute marathon, here's Drew's story. So Drew was more of a golfer, more of an anaerobic athlete, and over time started to think about maybe getting into running and endurance training. Drew met some people, joined a running group, and slowly got into doing more endurance training. After thinking he could never do more than 4 miles of running in one instance, now Drew's running, multiple marathons each year. Kind of what led Drew to his success was also coming to a laboratory and getting tested. So Drew was able to get VO₂max testing done, sweat testing as well, and running gait analysis to really understand his overall physiology and what was possible for him going into his next training cycle. Drew started out with his first marathon just struggling to make it through the race, having some dizziness and cramping issues later on in the race, which is very common for new runners that don't understand the training and the actual race itself and what it entails. There's definitely a learning curve when it comes to the sport, and Drew had a rough go his first one, but now is looking at getting a BQ time now that he's running low 3-hour marathon times, and now is training for a sub-3 coming this fall. One thing we saw with Drew's form was a lot of high lateral forces being produced, so we talked about how to improve that in his strength training and his running training to help that improve and get better to make his time a little more efficient. And now for his sub 3-hour attempt, which is a very challenging goal that needs to take a perfect planned race with great training going into it and good execution on race day. And he now understands how to run this race a little more efficiently to avoid those things that happened in his first marathon. Drew, you've made some great strides since your first marathon, even though it may at times seem not very doable when you have hard days of training, when you have hard workouts, when you're on a long run, it doesn't go the way you want it to go. But that's how the sport is. Some days you have it, some days you don't in your training, but all that work in that previous months you put in going to race day helps you have that confidence and that fitness that you can run that time. You're still relatively new to the sport, obviously, with only having done this for a couple of years, but based off your testing, your physiology, your data, your numbers, we know that your goal of 250 is definitely possible